this is Grant with Those Bow Guys. Tonight we're going to be going over my bow setup for the 2024 season. This is the Mathews V3. I have run this bow for the last 2 seasons and I've been really happy with it. I'm running it, it's the V331, and so it's 31-inch axle to axle. I have it set at 70 pounds, 29 inches of draw, and 85% let off. And again, this is a left-handed bow, so shout out to the lefties. We'll start out from bottom going up. We're running this Smackdown stabilizer. This is the 8-inch version, and I have 4 ounces of weight up front. I have tried longer front stabilizers, but I like a shorter one, especially if I know I'm going to be whitetail hunting a lot this year. I'm running the Hamskea Trinity rest. This is a limb-driven rest, and I've had 0 issues with it. It's always easy to tune. It always falls. I don't have any issues with it. The sight, I'm running the Excel AccuTouch. So I have the 3-pin set up. I'll get a close-up of it right here. It allows me to shoot out to 40 yards really quickly for whitetails especially. So most whitetails I shoot are within 40 yards. And then I also have the ability to dial well past 100 yards. And so I have no problem shooting tack or any other kind of long range shooting I want to do. Let's talk about strings. I am shooting 60X strings this year. I've tried several other different string brands, but I'm just trying out 60X this year. I usually change my strings out every year. Those who know me know I'm pretty rough on my strings, but I'm deciding not to do it this year. These strings aren't in that bad a condition, and I know I'm only gonna be hunting whitetails this year. I do have the Ultra View grip on this bow. I like having a flat grip in the back. So let's talk about this. I'm gonna get a close-up of it. You know me, I am a mechanical engineer and I like to tinker with things, and little problems bother me a lot. So one of the little problems with the Mathews, especially running the tight spot quiver, is that if you hold the bow by the grip, it really wants to tilt forward on you. And it's not very comfortable to carry for a long ways. And so I made this grip, it's made out of aluminum and wrapped in paracord to be more comfortable, that if you hold it here by the middle, the bow will just balance for you whenever you carry it through the woods. Way more comfortable that way. All right, for quiver, I am running the tight spot quiver. So I am running the Victory Rip arrow. This is a 300 spine. It's not the Rip TKO, it's just the regular Rip arrow. For vanes, I'm running the bony heat vanes in a 4 fletch configuration. And for knock, I'm running the nocturnal knock in red. All right, let's talk about insert. So I did not really like the inserts that come with the Victory arrows. I found them to not be very straight and they have a lot of slot in them. So I'm using the Black Eagle insert. It's 55 grain insert, and then I have 20 grains behind it. So that's 75 grains, and then the broadhead is 100 grains. So I have 175 grains up front. Total arrow weight is right at about 480 grains. And with this bow setup, I'm shooting 285 feet per second. So I have no problem getting through just about anything. I do also shoot the Q80 Exodus broadhead. That just depends on what kind of shots I'm expecting, if it's in brushy cover or if it's gonna be straight down. I have shot several deer straight down. I will shoot the Q80 Exodus broadhead. One thing about my bow that I like to do is keep track of all the animals that it has taken. This right here is my markings. Brown represents deer and silver represents pigs. So with this bow, I've killed 8 deer and 5 pigs. And this little red mark over here represents the elk right above me. So I'll show you a video of him right now. I'm sure you'll hear more about that story later on, and we're gonna post some shorts along the way in the YouTube channel that you can catch the story behind the elk that's right above me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the bow video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about this bow, and if you want to see anything tested in the future, we'd be happy to do that.
Hello, how's it going? This is Sean here. Today I'm going to be going over my bow setup. So what I got here is the Prime Inline 1 31-inch ATA. It is, I think, 2022's bow. Those of you that have been following along with the content recently, you may notice that it's not what I've been shooting up until about a week ago. It's because I had been shooting a Mathews V3X 33, but about 2 or 3 weeks ago it started developing a rattle in the upper cam, and long story short, it is at the doctor right now. I sent it off to the shop, and turns out the dirt guard for the bearing has gone out, and basically means I got to replace the whole top cam. So that's going to be a few weeks to a month at least. So figured I better get the backup bow shooting good. So I guess I'll start at the bottom of the bow. I have a Wasp Sting stabilizer, 10-inch. It's just an off-brand bee stinger from Amazon. I don't know. I think I have 4 ounces up front, and then I have a limb saver dampener on the front as well. Just maybe, it looks cool and it might dampen it a little bit. And I like that I can set my bow and stuff and not have it ding up my weights or whatnot. So got that on an 8-degree quick disconnect, just like that. Makes things easy getting in and out of the car and out of the case. And I like lowering that center of gravity just a little bit more. So next, the Prime grip. Probably see that there. It is some nano gel material that they use, and it actually is really nice. On my Mathews, I have the B-Real grip from UltraView. Not the B-Real, but the UltraView grip. And I really like that grip too, but I've always really liked the Prime's grip. So next, got the Hamskea Trinity on this thing. Love a limb driven rest, have no issues with them whatsoever. I know every single time that launcher arm is going to be out of the way no matter what. As long as the bow works properly, the launcher arm will work properly. So that is why I like the limb driven. Sight, HHA Tetra Tournament, 0.0 or 10,000 pin. I like a single pin sight as of recently. I started having a little bit of target panic issues, and the single pin sight kind of helped me rein it in. So I got that working for me now. Got that set up there. Quiver, I do not have a quiver on this bow. I am not planning on hunting with a quiver this year, as I don't have any Western more active hunts. So I'm just gonna be buying a cheap quiver to throw it on and then detach it when I get to the stand. So that's my plan. Peep, I have the Hamskea Raptor Peep. I think it's 3/16. Don't quote me on that. It may be a quarter. I don't remember, but got the Hamskea Raptor Peep on there. And that's about it. I'm really liking the way this bow shoots. It's fast. It's a little bit slower than the Mathews, both at 70 pounds or so, 69. It shoots great, it's dead in the hand. And I lied to you, it's an inline 3. I think I said inline 1 in the beginning. Whoops. But yeah, so far so good. I'm liking this bow. Plan on using it this season. No reason not to. So, all right, let's talk arrows. This year, I'm planning on doing the same thing as I did last year. I have a gold tip Pierce, kinetic Pierce. I have a few kinetic Pierce Platinums as well, but I'm not a good enough shot for a .001 arrow. I don't think many people are. That's just my opinion. .006 is plenty good enough for 99% of archers. Most people can't shoot any better, so .006 arrows is my go-to. AAE Hybrid 26 vein, I believe. Hybrid 26. It's the same size as the AAE Max. It's just a little bit softer material, and it sticks better to the shaft. I don't like using wraps, and I hate the fact that AAE Max vanes do not stick to the shaft for nothing. You have to use their stupid primer pin and whatnot to get it to stick. Nocks, I'm using a lighted G-Knock. It's basically the same thing as a nocturnal G-Knock. It's just off of Amazon. I haven't had any issues with them. They're actually almost a little bit better than the nocturnal Nocks, so it's a little tip for you. I can leave the link in the description. Components, standard gold tip outsert and insert. I've had no issues with them whatsoever. They're bulletproof. I've shot arrows into rocks and nothing happened to it, so I like it so far. But yeah, that's my arrow setup. In terms of broadheads, I'm going to be using 100 grain Rages until I run out of those, and then I'm going to be using Severs. I'm trying to get rid of my Rages before I screw around and buy some severs. So yeah, that's my arrow setup. Let me know if you have any questions, comments about my setup or Grant's setup or anything like that. Yeah, we'd love to get back to you. If you have any questions about anything, let us know and we'd love to discuss it. So thanks for watching.